So if you feel you're the type of person that a lot of people like to avoid, this video is for you. If you value loyalty, this video is for you. If you were a chosen one, this video is for you. I'm going to explain and get in deep into details why people like to avoid you, because you might ask yourself that question. You might be like, why do these people just avoid me? Why me? Why this? Why that? Why does this happen? Why does that happen? The reason this happens is because majority of people in today's world, believe it or not, are very lost and do not value loyalty. They're kind of scattered all over the place. They don't even really know who their real friends are yet. They're just kind of all over the place. And they might think they know their real friends or this and that and this, but they don't. They're all over the place. They don't value loyalty. They're scattered everywhere. How can you value loyalty when you're scattered all over the place? When you're not sticking to your guns, when you're not sticking to your people? You can't. There's a few fellas that I talk to religiously. Sometimes not every day, obviously. But enough. Far enough. And I'm talking sometimes we have conversations for hours. In person. On a daily basis. And these are people you can trust. These are people you can trust. These are people you would prefer to be around. They prefer to be around you. And this is why I'm saying not everybody in the world is how I just explained. But there are people like that. There are people who value loyalty. There are people who they kind of know who they are. They know where they fit in the world. They're grateful people. And it's like they're not looking for things they don't already have themselves. Whereas a lot of people, especially young folks today, that's where they're at. So how can you put loyalty first when you're just all over the place and you can't really get settled in? You can't really do anything. You can't. You really got to know who you are first if you even want to be loyal to somebody else. It's really how it goes. I've come across countless amounts of unloyal people, and what I've come to realize is that they really don't have it together themselves. Sometimes they might not be the worst person in the world or persons in the world. They just don't got it together. We leave those people alone. We're comfortable with who we are. We like who we are. And we like others who are similar to us, who we can have conversations with for a countless amount of hours sometimes, and things of that nature. So if you feel like you're the person who gets avoided a lot by people, I get avoided a lot by people. And not really today, but I have in the past, and I know why, which is why I'm doing this video, to tell you why. Because I don't F with a lot of people anyways. How can you avoid me when I don't even F with you in the first place? You know what I mean? But still, sometimes, even today, sometimes you might come across someone and it's kind of like they see you and they're just gone. That's because they're probably not a loyal person. They probably don't know who they are. They probably know that you know who you are, but they don't know who they are. So they're going to play these little weird games, and there's going to be a lot of people who avoid you. Because it's almost like you're ready. They're not ready. And I just mean you're ready in general. It's like you were always ready because you always valued loyalty. You can sit there for hours, have a conversation with somebody, and things are going good. A lot of people can't. There's a lot of weird vibes in the world today. People have lost their damn minds, it seems. Some people have never found them. So, you will catch some people out there, some of you more than others, of a lot of individuals trying to avoid you for really no specific reason. They just feel the need to avoid you. And that's actually a good thing on your end. Some people will want to use you. Some people will want to avoid you. Some people will value loyalty around you. Those are the people you really want to have conversations with. Other than that, nothing's really worth a damn. Like, there's a lot of people I come across on a daily basis where they'll even try to have a conversation with me, and I don't really avoid them, but it's like, it's there and it's done. I feel even everyone to an extent avoids some people, even yourself. And that's because I can almost tell who these people are, which is why I avoid them. They're being nosy. They're saying weird things. They're saying sus things. They're asking sus questions. I'm not going to completely avoid you, but I'm going to put the conversation to an end pretty quick, and I'm going to be gone because I know who you are now. Why people avoid you is probably not the same reason. There's different reasons as to why people avoid one another. But people can just avoid you for no damn reason. Like, you're not being sus. You're not asking sus questions. You're probably a kick-ass person and people's avoiding you. Because they probably feel a strong spirit about yourself. So they don't even want to bother to mess with you because they're going to go and mess with people that have weaker spirits that they can get over on. They're not even going to try with you. So there's so many different situations as to why people could avoid you. I even avoid people myself, like I explained, for certain situations and certain reasons. The same thing with you. But some people avoid you for kind of reasons because they're not the loyal one. They're the one that's kind of they don't really know they don't even know how to kind of act around you because they don't got their wits about themselves. So they don't know how to act and behave around you properly. So they just kind of avoid you. They go to somebody else who's more immature, who they can kind of dick around with. You just got to find your place in this world. If you're a comfortable person, if you're just a stand-up kind of person, you're going to attract other stand-up kind of people. And there's not a lot of stand-up kind of people in this world. But when you come around them, you're going to click. You're both kind of on the same page. You see things similar. Those are the kind of people I have conversations with today, and they're the best ones. We're not thinking about weird things. Like, you're going to notice, like, you're the person that can be in the moment so much. And others have a very hard, some people, man, out there, most people have a very hard time with being in the moment, connecting. A lot of people, there's not a lot of people that can do it. A lot of people, their heads are over here, their heads are over there, their heads are in their phone, they're thinking of this, they're thinking of that. They can't just be in the moment, just like this right now, to just have a kick-ass conversation. It's you and it's them, and you're vibing. Those are my kind of people. Those are probably your kind of people. And then there's a people where their heads are in a million different places. They're just kind of all over the place. They don't know who they are. They don't know how to act. They don't know how to be. Because they're not loyal. They're not. They're too all over the place. They don't value people the way you probably do. So you should feel blessed whenever those types of people avoid you, period. Because you're not cut from the same cloth. Your path and your purpose is much different than theirs. I would guarantee it. We're not supposed to be around every single person we've ever come in contact with. And that is a fact. There will be few people you are actually close with in a lifetime. And you can be close with a few different people at different points in life, but, you know, people take turns for the better, people take turns for the worst. Eventually, you're going to get it right. Eventually, even others will probably get it right. But, you know, it's a weird thing. Understanding people only gets easier over time. I never really cared to understand people when I was young because no one even thinks of that. But as you get older, as problems start to show, that's when I really got into psychology. That's when I got into figuring people out. Why is this happening? Why is this person doing this? Why did this person do this to me? Why did this person do this to this other person over here? A whole bunch of things. Because like I said, when you're young, there's really none of that. You're just kind of young. Everyone's doing the same things. But as you get older, people start to take these turns. Some for the better, some for the worse. You get screwed over, you want to learn about the situation. You don't want that to ever happen again. If some con artist, narcissistic, sociopathic type of person completely screws you over and lies to your face, you're going to want to figure them out. You're going to want to figure out why this just happened to me. That's what you're going to be thinking. So it's things like that as to why you want to start to figure out why things are the way they are. And it's important. Because life is too short to be being screwed over by people of that nature. It is not fun. And if you're a person that values loyalty and a person like that can sense it and they can trick you, they might just do it. It happened to me. And it's not fun. So when it happens to you and you're a person that values loyalty, you want to start to figure people out. You want to start to spend more time around people before you start trusting too easy. Because that was an issue I had, trusting too easy. Taking people's word for whatever they said. And I started to not do that, and I realize now there's a lot of acquaintances I may get along with in public, but that don't mean I trust you. Not at all. I want to have some deep ass conversations with you in person in order to know if I'm going to trust you. I'm going to see every single thing you have to say and every single move you have to do. I'm going to see everything. And that's how I know. And if you can stay around people for hours upon hours, you're in the moment, they're in the moment, good time, mutual conversation, it's a pretty good sign you can trust somebody. And I don't mean just one. Day after day after day, you can do this, you can make this happen. They're probably a trustworthy person. Because you're seeing everything. Right in plain sight. There's no manipulation over cell phones. There's none of this. There's none of that. Some people trust people over a single conversation. You might see somebody out and about. Just because they're a little bit nice to you. Big mistake. I'm not saying every person that you see for the first time that's nice to you is a snake. But they could be. That's what I learned. So it's all about living and learning. And you're going to know why people, you know, like I said, want to avoid you. You want to avoid certain people. It's just human nature. I don't like people who's snaky, who's asking sus questions. People asking things that does nothing for them. They're asking questions about me, personal questions about me, that even if I answer this does nothing for you. It's a meaningless question that you do not have to ask. People that do this shit, I don't trust. Automatically. There's even people on YouTube here ask weird questions in the comment section. Weird ones. I'm not saying just any question. You can ask questions, but not weird ass questions. Some of the ones that I've seen. It's like, you think you're going to get a response? You bozo. Absolutely not. Sus. Never replying to you ever again. You know what I mean? It's things like that, so you just gotta keep your eye on things and know where you stand, know where others stand, and you should be just fine. But anyways, I hope this could bring some understanding to you guys, this topic, the way I've explained things. I don't know what's going on with my hearing still right now, man, but like my ears, I don't know, my voice sounds weird because I can barely hear myself talk. I don't know, ever since I got sick like a week and a half or so ago, and it's very weird. I don't know if you guys ever had that happen, but it's like your hearing just drops. Like, you know how you can hear perfectly fine and all of a sudden your hearing drops. Like everything's quieter than it usually is. When you can talk, you can hear yourself, but I can barely hear myself talk. So I don't know if my voice sounds extremely weird lately in videos, but that's how it is, and it's weird. I just hope everything's fine, man. I hate being sick. I absolutely hate it. But anyways, enough for this video. You guys get the point. And most definitely I'll be back with another one.